What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, two-time heavyweight world champion, currently the WBC heavyweight world champion, Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, has been awarded and allowed now to fight anybody he so chooses in the next year, according to WBC President Mauricio Suleiman. Mauricio Suleiman stated that he will indeed allow Tyson Fury to face whomever he so chooses as an interim fight within a year. He says he does not have to fight Deontay Wilder in his next fight, according to Mauricio Suleiman. The problem with that is that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury have a contract already agreed upon for, a trilogy match, right? So it's in their contract. So Tyson Fury has to honor that. With that said, Tyson Fury is stating that he does not want to fight Deontay Wilder, former WBC heavyweight world champion, or Anthony Joshua, two-time unified heavyweight champion and fellow countryman of Tyson Fury, with no crowd in attendance. So he's looking to face another opponent. The WBC and the media are pushing for Tyson Fury, if he's not going to fight Deontay Wilder in his next fight, to push for the Dillian Whyte fight, once beaten British heavyweight contender. And Tyson Fury has dismissed Dillian Whyte as an opponent. And so the WBC says that they can't enforce it for his next fight because he has a open voluntary for a year. So they can't enforce he fights Dillian Whyte next. It just makes sense to fight Dillian Whyte as he's his mandatory currently. And if you're not going to fight Deontay Wilder with no crowd in attendance, and you don't want to fight Anthony Joshua without any crowd in attendance due to the fact that the pandemic and social distancing, everything going on with sports today. So if you don't want to fight Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder in that format because they are mega fights, as Tyson Fury put it, he wants to fight an interim stay busy fight. Well, why not fight Dillian Whyte? Dillian Whyte is more than willing to face Tyson Fury without a crowd in attendance. That's not Dillian Whyte's priority. He just wants to face Tyson Fury and get his opportunity to fight for a world title. So they're stating that Dillian Whyte is more than willing to do so, right? But Tyson Fury is not willing to face Dillian Whyte. And neither is his promoter, Frank Warren of Queensberry Promotions. Frank Warren said and stated that he says that Tyson Fury doesn't want to hear anything about Dillian Whyte, and neither does he. So they're completely dismissing Dillian Whyte, putting him on the back burner. So Tyson Fury is looking to fight another light touch opponent like he did in Otto Wallin and Tom Schwartz, right? So these are the opponents Tyson Fury is looking to face as an interim should he not honor and fight Deontay Wilder. He says that everything going on with the states, the social distancing, the Deontay Wilder fight is far off. He will honor it at a later date because he don't want to fight Deontay Wilder with no attendance, no crowd, no live crowd, because these are huge fights. And I understand that he doesn't want to have these mega fights with no crowd, right? Also, too, it affects his bottom line when there's no crowd, right? The purses are not going to be the same if there's no live revenue coming in, point blank and period. So Tyson Fury, the best option would be to face Dillian Whyte. Go ahead and get him out the way. Dillian Whyte is the mandatory challenger for the WBC, and one way or another, he's going to have to face Dillian Whyte. As the WBC president, Mauricio Suleiman, stated that he will have to fight Dillian Whyte after, he faces Deontay Wilder. He must face Dillian Whyte, one way or the other, right? So, and Deontay Wilder beats Tyson Fury, right? He's going to have to face Dillian Whyte. So the WBC is going to enforce that the winner of that fight face Dillian Whyte. But as far as them giving him an opportunity, they're saying they have nothing to do with his contractual bound agreement to face Deontay Wilder in a trilogy match. But as a sanctioned body, he's awarded a year to fight an interim fight. And Tyson Fury seems to be on the verge of, activating that, right? So he wants to put that in motion. It's just not Dillian Whyte. I think that Tyson Fury should go ahead and face Dillian Whyte. It's a huge fight. It's a big fight, right? If this is the avenue you want to take and you don't want to wait and sit on your hands, quote unquote, and wait for Deontay Wilder fight to come to fruition because it has to take place in the States. It's a big fight, and you don't want to do so without a crowd in attendance. Then go ahead and honor, the mandatory challenge with Dillian Whyte. Take that fight, right? Make that happen. That's a big fight, and Dillian Whyte is not demanding that a crowd be in attendance or big money. He's willing to take whatever presents itself for his opportunity to fight for a title, as he says. At least that's what he said, that he wants to fight for a title, so it really doesn't matter whether there's a crowd or how much money he's getting for this fight. But he says that in one sentence, but when he had the opportunity to face Anthony Joshua, the money had to be right, and that was for a unified belt. So I don't know how willing Dillian Whyte is to fight without a crowd in attendance or to receive a low purse for such a big fight. But let's see how this all plays out. But that's all I got for y'all, man. We know that the Deontay Wilder fight, as Tyson Fury said, it's a huge fight, and he just doesn't want to have it without a live revenue and without a crowd in attendance. And that could be understandable. But this fight needs to take place with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. And Deontay Wilder is not going anywhere. He's not going to accept step-aside money. He's not going to not honor the trilogy match. So let's see how this all plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.